Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa. It is the Women's NAI Division II National Basketball Championship here on the NAI Network alongside the cast and crew from Hastings College. I'm Justin Barker. It is basketball for breakfast as we get ready to tip off game number 1 of 8 today here on the Tyson Event Center floor here at the National Championship Tournament, starting with Kansas Wesleyan and Mayville State. The Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes come in 25-6 on the season, 21-3 regular season champs in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. Mayville State's Comets come in 25-5, 11-3 inside conference play. They play in the North Star Athletic Conference. Take a look at the starting lineups for this morning's game. Kansas Wesleyan will wear gray from top to bottom. Coyotes written across the front in purple, trimmed out in white. Their numerals are purple as well. Mayville blue from top to bottom with white lettering and white numerals. So it is time for your starting lineups. First, for the Coyotes of Kansas Wesleyan. Kelsey Hins wears number 1, a 6'1" sophomore from Whitewater, Kansas. Haley Bradford wears number 3. She's a 5'7" sophomore from Schwartz, Texas. Kayla Vallon wears number 22. She's a 5'7" senior from Aurora, Colorado. Number 34 is Amanda Hill, a 6-foot-tall junior from Rossville, Kansas. And Courtney Heinen is a 5'8" senior from Axtell, Kansas. Ryan Showman, the head coach of the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes in his 7th season. For the Comets of Mayville State, Dennis Hunter, the head coach, in his 15th campaign, his 3rd national championship appearance. Cyan Hale wears number 11, a 5'8" senior from Crosby, Minnesota. Nicole Bunting wears number 12. She's a 5'8" senior from Redwood Falls, Minnesota. The starting lineups being announced here inside the Tyson. Claire Blazik, it wears number 14, a 5'9" senior from Lakeville, Minnesota. Number 33 is Kylie Hirung, a 5'10" junior from Brainerd, Minnesota. And Taylor Shamp wears number 43, a 6'1" senior from Bertha, Minnesota. So it's the KCAC against the North Star Athletic Conference. Winner will move on into Friday's second round. It's survive and advance for the first couple of days as the pace is frantic with 8 games each and every day here on the Tyson Event Center floor. And then we'll get into quarterfinal Saturday, so a lot of basketball to be played. 24 games over the next 3 days here in Sioux City, Iowa. So we welcome you. The pictures to go along with our stories done exclusively by Hastings College. The students and staff at Hastings do an absolutely fantastic job. They've been producing this tournament for many, many, many years, and they get to do it every year for a reason, because it's absolutely fantastic coverage. So welcome back to Hastings College and the student crew. Like we said, just awesome working with them each and every year. So look forward to more of the same this national championship tournament, as we'll hang another big banner in the rafters coming up on Tuesday night. So it's Mayville State, the 17th ranked team in the country, against Kansas Wesleyan, the 15th ranked team in the country. Both teams have had their final huddles as they get ready to break them now and make their way into the center circle. Our refereeing crew is ready to go. They have earned their way here to the national championship tournament. So it's Shamp and Hins in the center circle, ready to get this game underway. Mayville goes from right to left. Basketball's in the air, and we're underway from Sioux City, Iowa, here at the Tyson Event Center. Mayville State and Kansas Wesleyan here on the NAI Network. Again, glad to have you. Good morning wherever you are tuned in and watching. Comets will work it around the perimeter. They look inside for Shamp. Shamp will turn around and shoot. No good. It's off the mark. Rebounded and cleared by Amanda Hill of the Coyotes. And Haley Bradford will trot across the half-court stripe and put the Coyote offense in motion. Hins with a high catch. She'll drive right side. Got in a little too far underneath. Shamp will catch the basketball after the carom off the bottom of the board. And we're about 40 seconds in, still looking for the opening basket of the national tournament. Comets have that opportunity here with 15 on the shot clock. Little runner in the paint, no good. Blazik missed off the front of the rim. And Bradford Well, again, run the Coyote offense. Haley Bradford stops at the top of the key. Amanda Hill will take over. Punched inside. Hins will drive left side. High off the window. Can't get the roll, and it's rebounded by Bunting for the Comets. And cleared with about a minute gone. But Turbo the last time out for Mayville State. They were a winner in the conference tournament, 74-70. A little jump stop in the paint, nothing doing. Last time out for the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes, a loss to Oklahoma Wesleyan, but going 21-3 in conference play got them the automatic bid here to Sioux City, and a 3-second violation called. Coach Ryan Showman will yell out a few things to his team that he's seeing in the early going. As both teams kind of jab at one another, trying to figure out where the openings might be in the opposing team's defense. Coyotes with a basketball. Heinen looked off a three, won't take it. Three comes from the wing, and it's good. Amanda Hill for three. So it's 3-0 Coyotes, and they'll get the party started. Blazek dribbles across the half-court stripe. She'll push near side with the pass, and now fed down into the corner. Bunting will look into the paint. Shot deflected away. Hiring gets it back, and it's now thrown. No, it's not thrown away. It was last touched by a Coyote. Valine got her hands on it. Andrea Skillingstad in for the Mayville State Comets. Six on the shot clock, down to 5, and a foul on the shot will put Nicole Bunting on the free throw line. I believe Heinen will get the foul. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. So Bunting, a 77% free throw shooter, will step up. Trying to give her team the first points of the day. First one is up, and it is good for Nicole Bunting. We start the morning in the Naismith bracket, top left-hand corner as you fill out your brackets at home. Bunting's second free throw is good. That was a three-point basket, by the way. So 2 of 2 to get things started, and Nicole Bunting looks to tie it up as she toes her sneaker back on the free throw line, and it's good. A perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line for Nicole Bunting. We are tied at 3 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. The Comet reserves up on their feet, rooting on their team. Couple of cheers going. Amanda Hill drives right side. She'll stop and pop and bank it in beautifully. Amanda Hill with all 5 for Kansas Wesleyan. 5-3 ball game. Clock runs at 7:15 to play here in the first quarter. Comets look around the perimeter for now, looking to feed inside. As Skillingstad looks to establish some position. Left side drive from Jordan Rust. No good. Put back, no good. Rebounded and pulled away by Kansas Wesleyan. Coyotes on the attack quickly with Heinen. Heinen gets to the low block and dumps it off. A foul coming. It'll be Kelsey Hins on the free throw line as she caught the basketball and went up quickly. The foul. It's Mayville. Hins on the free throw line off the front of the rim. No good. Second one is good, though. Six to 3, Kansas Wesleyan. Mayville State's Comets have the basketball as they try to break some full court pressure. Blazek does so and gets it into the front court. Her pass is deflected partially. Zerst with it. She'll get rid of it. Hiring's shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Hins for Kansas Wesleyan. They'll clear. 6.5 to play here in the first quarter. 6 to 3, low scoring affair so far. Bradford with a drive. Hins the cutter. Hins catches, shoots, and scores. Kelsey Hins with a nice basket. Good job of starting out around the free throw line, cutting in towards the basket, catching and shooting effectively. And it's 8-3, Kansas Wesleyan. Looking up top. Hiring won't take the shot. She'll throw it back to the top instead. Blazik drives left, cuts back to her right, now steps into the paint where she's cut off. Hiring top of the key, wants to feed it inside. Skillingstad, little right-hand hook in the paint, no good. Rebound poked around, Heinen will put it in, Bradford will bring it up the floor. This is a 4-5 seed game, number 1 seed in this bracket, defending champs from Concordia of Nebraska, as Hins will go back to the free throw line. She drew in the Skillingstad contact. It'll be her first, team's second. Bunting back in for Mayville. Taylor Riley in as well. Gabby Mariba into the lineup for the first time today for Kansas Wesleyan. Hins' free throw is good. She's got 4, Kelsey Hins. Averages 15.1 points per contest. Amanda Hill, the leading scorer. Kansas Wesleyan averages 69.2 a game. They give up 59.9. Hins hits both. She's got 5 in the early going. Meanwhile, for Mayville, they score 74.9 points per game and give up 60.5. Good press break. Scored all with the basketball. Across the top. Blazik will back it up near the center court circle. She'll run the offense with 15 on the shot clock for Mayville State. Bunting looks back to the top. Left side drive, Zerst. She'll kick it out into the corner for 3. Nicole Bunting. She's got all 6 of her team's points. It's 10-6. Mariba gets rid of it. Way up high to Hill. Hins gets the entry pass, starts a drive, and is fouled. She does a really good job of knowing what she wants to do with the basketball and getting there very quickly. Taylor Shamp picks up her first, team's third. Fed into Hins again. It goes up and over the rim, no good. Drew a little bit of iron from the left side, but might have been in a little too deep. Didn't really have the angle. Zerst with a baseline drive. She'll put up the floater and score. Hirung, the leading scorer at 15 points a game for Mayville State. Blazik at 13-1. Hins thought about a 3, drives, spins to her right, puts it around Skillingstad, defended very well, or make that Shamp defended it very well. Mayville comes out with a basketball in the miss, 10-8. Just past the midway point here of the first quarter. To the free throw line, fed lower to Shamp on the block. Her shot is over the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jamie Sloan of Kansas Wesleyan. Sloan, a 5'6" senior from Bennington, Kansas. Hill at the top, looks to set a screen. Hins left wide open, top of the key, won't take that shot. Hins has shot 14 three-pointers all year, so obviously knows her range very well, and although open, will shoot it when possible. Her shot is off the front of the rim, no good. She was wide open. Had a great look at it. Nonetheless, the offensive rebound to Kansas Wesleyan. Coyotes work the perimeter. They look at Hins with a bounce pass. She'll take a mid-range jumper and bury it. Kelsey Hins with a mid-range jumper. And it's 12-8 with 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Blazik feeds to the free throw line. Skordal with it. Back to Blazik for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Coyotes. Amanda Hill clears. Hill looking to go coast to coast maybe. Had it poked away from behind by Bunting. Coyotes do get it back, and the basket is up and good. Amanda Hill with a bucket. She's got 7, 14-8. Entry pass almost thrown away. Now it is thrown away. Kansas Wesleyan with a steal. Gabby Mariba. Mariba looks far side for Sloan on the wing. Hill, the trailer, catches, shoots for 3 and scores. Nice shot by Amanda Hill. She's got 10. And a quick timeout on the floor with 2:52 to play. Here in the first quarter, it's 17-8. Kansas Wesleyan out to an early lead. As you retake a look at the Hill three-pointer. Good high arcing effort and swishes home. Nice job of her setting herself up, knowing she wants to take that 3 if given the opportunity at the top of the key. Coming up next here on the NAI Network, we'll have Concordia out of the Great Plains Athletic Conference, and Wilberforce. Concordia, the defending champs and #1 team in the land after Southeastern was upset in their final performance of the postseason, I guess, the conference tournament. Southeastern lost to Weber International 91-83 in overtime. And they were #1 for a good spell because they started the season with a win, then lost twice, then didn't lose for about 5 months. They're still a top 5 team, obviously, and one of the tournament favorites. Bounce finds the elbow, Hirung with it. Hirung stops, top of the key. She'll feed it inside. Riley turns right. Strong move, no good off the front of the rim. Amanda Hill with a rebound. Mariba looks to the right side where she's got Jamie Sloan well away from the arc. She'll take a few dribbles and get there. Lauren Flowers into the lineup for Kansas Wesleyan. Back to Sloan. Sloan, left side drive, splits through a double team. Ball squirts out of bounds. Haley Bradford back in the lineup for Kansas Wesleyan. Flowers, the 6'2 sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. Guessing some Chiefs fans on the Kansas Wesleyan team, the Super Bowl champs. Bunting drives and throws it away. Amanda Hill with a steal, but got it taken back away by Hirung. Three-pointer in the corner, good. Nicole Bunting for 3. She's got 9 of her team's 11. 17-11. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Sloan cuts in, stops at the right elbow. Flowers picks up her dribble, looking for Bradford. Will get it to her around the defender. Bradford at the free throw line. Bradford lost it up on her hip and then traveled. Just couldn't transition the ball back to her hands, so it's a turnover. And Hines will re-enter the lineup. Some more full court pressure. Fed inside to Bunting. She'll work it back out beyond the arc. 15 on the shot clock for Mayville State's Comets. They reverse court into the corner. Cyan Hale with the basketball. She bounces in. Riley looked to make a move and will turn it over. Scored all back into the ball game for Mayville State. Bradford drives all the way to low block. She'll stop. Little fadeaway jumper, no good, but the putback off the offensive rebound for Lauren Flowers is good. Good job on the boards. And it's 19-11. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Three-pointer Bunting, no good. Rebound poked around, pulled in by Jamie Sloan. Bradford drives quickly right side, working over to the left of the paint and is fouled. Good job of kind of cutting through. Cyan Hale will pick up her first, team's 4th. So it'll be an inbounds play from underneath the basket for the Coyotes. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Bradford twirls around. Fed back to the top for Flowers. Hins drives, Hins shoots over the outstretched hand of her defender, Taylor Riley. No good, but a foul on the rebound attempt. So bonus free throws. First one is off the mark for Lauren Flowers. Bunting picks up the foul. Flowers free throw. She hits 1 of 2. She's got 3 first quarter points. Coyotes build the lead to 20-11. They'll put the pressure on with the shot clock off. Broken nicely by Mayville State. Bunting hits the trailer. She looked to go back to bunting, but a travel at the top of the key from Kylie Hirung, and that'll turn it back over. Couple of subs in for the final 14.7 seconds. Bradford on the dribble. Bradford cuts through the paint, gets to the right side, low block, no good. Hins catches and is fouled on her way back up on the offensive rebound attempt with 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Taylor Riley picks up her first. So Kelsey Hins to the free throw line. First one is good. She's got 8 first quarter points. Looking to make it 9. Second one is good as well, so she does have 9. 22-11. Long shot from well beyond half court, no good at the buzzer. And we finish one. Kansas Wesleyan 22, Mayville State 11. We'll be back after these messages on the NAI Network.
Riverside Technologies, your local trusted IT expert. RTI offers a variety of customizable bags, cases, and shields. Make your transition to new equipment as seamless as possible with our integration solutions. Our deployment services will ensure a worry-free experience for your organization. Other RTI solutions include managed services, managed print, data center solutions, and more. Contact your local RTI representative today.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false, 350 slices of pizza are eaten every second in the U.S.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times can.
Start of the second quarter here on the NAIA Network at the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa. 22-11. Kansas Wesleyan has the early lead. Kind of methodically making their way through the first quarter. Leading scorers for both teams, Amanda Hill has 10, Kelsey Hins with 9, and Nicole Bunting with 9. A three-pointer out of the chute, no good for Courtney Heinen. Rebounded by Kansas Wesleyan. They will save it in at half court. Not get that over and back call and turn it over. Hins will catch, left block. She drives high off the glass, good. Kelsey Hins with 11. 24-11, 9.5 to go here in the first half. Coyotes out of the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference, baseline runner, good. (24-13). Bunting gets her 11th point. Kind of doing it all for Mayville State early on here. Heinen will drive. She'll shoot from looking straight on. The defender fell, so she's got the putback and the basket. So it'll be Heinen with the bucket. 26-13. Hale, her drive is cut off, almost threw it away. It is caught by Riley in the paint. She gets rid of it to Bunting. Will dribble along the baseline and bring it away back up top. Hale looks straight on. Blazik into the corner. Now Fedlow for Riley. She'll make the catch. Nice little step to her left, but the shot is no good around Hins. Bradford comes out with a rebound. Bradford wants to put it in another gear. Goes to the bucket, no good. It falls off the front of the rim. Rebound for Kennedy Cleveland of Mayville State. Check that, looking at the wrong one. Sorry. That was Kylie Hirung with the rebound. Nice little stutter and into a left-hand shot, and good for Cyan Hale. Stopped just enough to get her defender to commit. And then went to her left and scored. Nice basket by Cyan Hale. Fed down to Hins. Hins, little Not all the way, but of a hook shot, but on the way. Bunting catches, shoots, scores. Bunting beats the defense back. She's got 13. 26-17. Both teams have traded a couple of baskets here in the quarter. Mayville State looking to create some momentum. Left open for three up top. Sloan, no good. Rebound into the hands of Hale for Mayville State. Blazik works top of the key, leaves it back for Hale. Hale will drive left side. She dumps it off beautifully, and a very nice basket by Taylor Riley. And we've got a timeout on the floor by head coach Ryan Showman of Kansas Wesleyan. 26-19, 7:14 to play here in the first quarter. Couple of nice baskets of late, though. There's Hale with that nice drop off to Riley on the right side. Good job of creating the inside position for Taylor Riley. Riley, a 5'11 sophomore from Hoople, North Dakota. Hockey and curling country up there. Got a lot of that. Well, and North Dakota State just punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament with their Summit League championship win last night over North Dakota, their big rival. And NDSU, the perennial football favorite, and of course, NAIA country with Valley City State and Mayville up in that neck of the woods. Hill catches, Hill looks to drive right, cut off on the baseline, double dribbled. Good job defensively by the Comets to kind of collapse on her. She tried to switch direction a few times and wasn't able to get it done. Creates a turnover. That creates Mayville State's opportunity on offense. Hiron feeds the corner for Bunting. She works quickly inside for Shamp. Back out to Bunting. Bunting will drive right. Guarded by Hill. Hill pokes it away from behind, but it's run down. Zerst with it. Back to Hiring. She gets in well inside underneath the basket. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Had the right idea, just couldn't step out far enough to get it up and over the rim. Bradford dribbles right wing. Bradford, free throw line. Jumper. Haley Bradford, no good. Got a rebound by Hiring. She just out-jumped everybody. Bunting again beats the defense back, but has to stop. Turns left, blocked down by Hill. Heinen will work the far side of the floor. Now to the top of the key in the right wing, or the right block, sorry, where she's knocked off of that block by a foul. Zerst will pick up the foul, her first. Some substitutions both ways. Hins will go out. Valine will come back in. Heinen will do the inbounding from the right side of the Kansas Wesleyan basket. She'll inbound, she'll get it right back. Baseline jumper, good. Courtney Heinen has 4. 28-19 with 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Hale on the right wing. She'll feed it to the free throw line for Hiring. Hiring will drive, block down. Mayville does get it back. Lauren Flowers on the block. Hale left open for three. She'll fire, no good. Hiring with a beautiful rebound. Can't put it back in from the left side. Ball loose on the deck. Hale slides to go get it and punches it to a teammate. Bunting for three in the corner, no good. Hale with the offensive rebound. Back up top for Bunting. She'll push it way back to the top. Blazik stops at the free throw line to Bunting with 5 on the shot clock. Bunting in the paint. She turns, has an open shooter, Hiring for three, and it out, no good. Rebounded by Amanda Hill. Good offensive possession for Mayville State. Unfortunately, they come up empty. Did just about everything you could possibly do right. 28-19 to the free throw line. Flowers drives. Flowers, shot no good. Defended very well by Taylor Shamp. Didn't use a lot of body there. Hiring looks to go coast to coast. She'll be fouled by Haley Bradford. Hiring will go to the free throw line. So Bradford will pick up her first. The team's first. Alyssa Foster into the ball game. Salinas, California native. Free throw no good. Foster, a 5'5" senior. Take a look at Hiram going coast to coast. So she'll try to put one of two in, and does. Her first point of the game. 15 points per game for Kylie Hirung. She was here in Sioux City over the holiday break. Briarcliff University, they hosted a holiday tournament. Mayville State came down. They played Morningside and Briarcliff back-to-back nights, the two Sioux City NAIA schools. Turnover by the Coyotes, give it back to the Comets, trailing by 8, 28 to 20. They've trailed in double figures for most of the morning, but cutting into it effectively. Hirung's pass is stolen. Mariba with a steal. Mariba has the right side of the paint. She'll stop at the elbow. She'll shoot and score. Gabby Mariba with a basket. (30 to 20). 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the first half of game 1 of 8 today here at the Tyson Event Center. Glad to have you. Get a watch all day, hopefully, here on the NAI Network. Hirung will go right back to the free throw line. Off the foul. Kayla Valine will pick up the foul, team's second. So it'll be a two-shot trip to the free throw line. Kylie Hirung, a 5'10" junior from Brainerd, Minnesota. Free throw is good. So she's got 2. She attacks the basket very well, not afraid of any contact that might be coming, just goes right where she needs to go. Effective scorer, and she hits both. Hirung, an 80% free throw shooter on the season, so putting in the work to make sure she succeeds all over the floor. Valine wanted to go into Hins, but went through her hands. Champ with a steal. So the Comets can cut a little further into the lead. Down to Champ. Left hand, turnaround hook, good. Taylor Champ. Solid play. 30 to 24. Bradford on the wing, gets a screen. Hins sets a screen, Hins rolls. Hins backs into the right side. Can't get a shot to fall, but does draw the foul on Champ. Champ's second foul. Team's second foul. So Kelsey Hins will go back to the free throw line. Pretty reliable there at 75% as well. First one is good. She has 12 on the day to lead all scorers. Andrea Skillingstad will check in if presented the opportunity on a made free throw. Hins' free throw is good, so she can become part of the action and will. 13 for Kelsey Hins. Full court pressure applied by the Coyotes. Bunting and Blazik will stick back. Now they go up and over. Skordal gets it. Bunting has Blazik. That's where she'll go with the basketball. Blazik will start a drive. Hirung drives left side, cut off underneath the basket and threw it away. The Coyotes steal by Courtney Heinen. Heinen handles the dribbling as she goes left side in front of the Comet bench. Now to the bucket and a right-handed shot, good. Courtney Heinen with 6, all here in the second quarter. Lead back to 10 at 34 to 24. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Hirung catches right wing. Blazik to Bunting. Bunting to the free throw line, scored all with it. 3-second violation. I believe that'll be called against Skillingstad, who wasn't able to vacate the paint quick enough. And Taylor Riley back into the lineup for the Comets, as well as Cyan Hale. Coach Ryan Showman getting his steps in along the Kansas Wesleyan sideline. I know that's not a concern whatsoever, but he works the sideline pretty good. Doesn't stand as stationary as Coach Dennis Hutter does down in the corner. Shot in front of the free throw line, good. By Courtney Heinen, and an and one opportunity. Tough shot and a good play. Hale with a foul, her second, team's third. So Courtney Heinen back to the free throw line. Free throw is no good off the front of the rim. 36-24 ball game. 2:33 to play here in the first half. Hiron catches, turns, and fires ahead. Pressure broken by Mayville State. Blazik looks down to Riley. Back to Claire Blazik. Into the corner for Bunting. Bunting will shoot, no good, well off the mark. Pulled out of the air by Kansas Wesleyan's Kelsey Hins. Mariba will work into a jog. She had started a sprint and then jogs it across the half-court stripe. Hins left open, top of the key. She'll take a few dribbles to the free throw line. Now she attacks left side. Shot up and off the mark, no good. Defended away by Taylor Riley. 1:45 and counting here in the first half. Bunting in the corner, doesn't have enough for a three. Fires it to the free throw line. Somehow finds home. Blazik long three, good. 36-27 ball game, a big three for Mayville State. They'd like to take some momentum into the locker room at halftime. Flowers lost the handle, retreats in between the circles to pick up the basketball. Heinen stops her dribble. Hins, top of the key. Hins, free throw line. She'll spin to her right, hook shot falling away for the basket, no good. Hiram with the rebound. Mayville wants to run. They do with Bunting. Right side lay-in, no good, and a foul will be called against Taylor Riley and be her second. She was boxed out of the play pretty good and tried to go up and through the Kansas Wesleyan player to get the rebound. So with 1:06 to go, it'll be Coyote basketball. Bradford work right wing. Heinen over to Amanda Hill. Hill takes one dribble. Back to Bradford. Bradford dribbles around the free throw line. Cuts left. Goes right to the bucket and scores her first basket of the game. Bradford with an effective drive, and it's 38-27 with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Blazik looks to feed low for Bunting and overthrows it out of bounds. Coach Drew Olson of Concordia makes the catch. His team will prepare a little bit during halftime. The next game's team gets to warm up at halftime of the game before theirs. So Coach Olson looking to defend his national title. Great run last year by the Concordia Bulldogs. Flowers on the drive. She'll be stopped by a foul underneath the basket. She'll go to the free throw line. Taylor Riley picks up her third. So Riley with three, Champ with two. Zrust with two, Hale with two, all for Mayville. Fouls piling up a little bit. Flowers' free throw is good. She's got four. Second free throw for Flowers is good. She's got five, and it's 40-27. Full court pressure with 20 seconds left. Bunting stands here along the near sideline. Blazik to far. They work to the middle. Hiram will be fouled by Courtney Heinen and be her second. Team's third, so the inbounds play will come to our side of the floor, the dark side. .16 seconds to go. Mayville looking for the final shot of the first half here potentially. Down to 10. Skordal. Hiram for three in the corner. In and out, no good. Rebound poked around, saved in, now out. Was a live ball for a second or two there. Mayville will have one more look with 1.2 seconds left here in the half. The inbound goes across the top. Skordal for three, no good at the buzzer, and we go to halftime here at the Tyson Event Center. Kansas Wesleyan, a very good first half of the Coyotes have the lead. 15th ranked Kansas Wesleyan 40, 17th ranked Mayville State 27. We'll take a break here along the NAI network, and we'll be back with some halftime stats. We'll set up the day for you as well here in Sioux City. It's 40-27. Kansas Wesleyan has the lead at halftime.
Imagine a financial firm that cares about you and the communities we share. A partner whose passion for improving lives doesn't end with the workday. You and Baird. Imagine where we can go together. Visit Baird100.com.
The new $3 Little John from Jimmy John's is just like our original sandwiches, only littler. So we bought a little ad on Lil John.
Little John, yeah! $3, what?
United Sports Academy is now open in North Sioux City. The beautiful sports facility is located in the former Gateway Building, now known as the CNOS Fieldhouse. What is the United Sports Academy? It's the regional destination for youth volleyball, basketball, developmental and elite programs, club teams, camps, lessons, and tournaments, all led by a staff of highly skilled coaches and trainers. United Sports Academy, the area's premier athletic training and competition facility. To learn more, go to usportsacad.com.
When you hear the name Baumgars, it's a familiar sound because we've been here in Sioux City for nearly 75 years. We're a local success story because our customers have supported us from the very first store in 1944. Now, even with 85 stores in 7 states, we're still here in our hometown and still family owned with personal service from 360 Baumgars people who live and work right here in Siouxland. We just wanted to say thank you.
What does greatness look like? It's one of those things, while not always obvious, everyone understands. It's your 4th grade teacher who always listened to you. The lady at your coffee shop who asks about your Jack Russell every visit. Your neighbor who's right there for you with good advice on just about everything. Greatness is sometimes the smallest act of kindness with the largest impact. At Great Southern Bank, we understand what makes our community great are the people. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Look for the red down arrow at Hy-Vee to find hundreds of price declines throughout the store. Price declines help you save even more money at Hy-Vee, with savings on hundreds of items every day. For the best deals in town, look for the red down arrow and save, save, save with Hy-Vee price declines.
Subaru has experienced sales increases year over year for the last 10 consecutive years. Not surprising when you consider all the praise, all the accolades, all the awards. It goes on and on, from the most trusted brand to the top brand for residual values, top safety picks, up and down the entire model lineup. There's absolutely no bad news, folks. Come in and see why the Subaru lineup has enjoyed such tremendous success.
Stop in for the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
The need for officials has never been greater. Without officials, we don't have this. Make the right call. Become an official at highschoolofficials.com.
Raiders stand out. Our teams hold 9 national championships, and Raider athletes competed at nationals in 7 sports last year. Northwestern College, athletic powerhouse. We own that.
And this. Our academic performance is powerful too. Our student scores are among the best in the nation for accounting, actuarial science, nursing, and pre-med. You want both smart and strong? You belong at Northwestern College. It's a win-win.
Welcome back to the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa, downtown Sioux City, Iowa, on the beautiful banks of the Missouri River. But I laugh a little bit because you could hit a golf ball from the Tyson Center parking lot into the river from here, but you can't see it this morning. The fog is so dense outside, you really can't see it. It's unbelievable. But anyway, if you're thinking on the map where we are, put your finger at the exact tip of Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota, and we're about 4 blocks from there. So that's where the Tyson Event Center resides here in Sioux City. Glad to have you here on the NAI Network. 40-27 is your halftime score. Kansas Wesleyan has the lead. As you see, some stats there from the first half. Kansas Wesleyan shot 14 of 30, good for that 46%. They were 2 of 5 beyond the arc and 10 of 13 to the free throw line, really getting the job done at the stripe. Both teams did, really. Mayville State shooting in the first half 9 of 30. They were 3 of 9 beyond the arc and 6 of 7 at the free throw line, equaling those totals. Rebounding advantage, as you see, for the Coyotes of Kansas Wesleyan. But with those in mind, 6 offensive rebounds for Mayville State, 5 offensive rebounds for Kansas Wesleyan. Largest lead, well, Kansas Wesleyan has led the entire way. Their largest effort is 13 to this point. So the individual scoring, Kelsey Hins with 13, Amanda Hill with 10, Courtney Heinen with 8, Lauren Flowers with 5, Haley Bradford and Gabby Mariba have 2 each. For Dennis Hunter and Mayville State, Nicole Bunting leads the way with 13 points. And then a handful of players, all with 3 and 2 points. Kylie Hirung with 3. Claire Blasik with 3. Cyan Hale with 2. Jordan Rust with 2. Taylor Riley and Taylor Shamp each with 2. Which is how we arrived at our 40-27 halftime score here at the Tyson Event Center. Concordia coming up next. The defending champs will take on Wilberforce of Ohio. That's our 10:15 game. Our noontime game today, we'll have Taylor of Indiana and Union of Kentucky. And rounding out the Naismith bracket will be 3rd-seeded Indiana Tech, ranked number 9 in the last poll, against 6th-seeded Olivet Nazarene at 1:45 today. So got a full slate of games. We'll have all 8 of them for you here on the NAI Network. And looking forward to that. We'll have Batesy at 10:15 and then 1:45. Batesy gets his annual 2 hours with Olivet Nazarene. I didn't want to leave him out on that. He's a big fan of Olivet Nazarene and the way that they play. Their 5-in, 5-out hockey style line changes. So we got Batesy for that one. I'll be back later this afternoon as well. Steve Toom will be on coverage today, and we got a whole cast of characters here for you, along with the professional side. That would be the students and staff from Hastings College that do such a terrific job throughout this national tournament. But all 4 games of the Naismith bracket. We will also, of course, fill out the Liston bracket into the second round today. Marion of Indiana, the number 1 seed over there in the bottom right-hand corner. St. Francis of Illinois, the number 2 seed. And head coach Steve Brooks, they bring the 8th-ranked team here. Marion, number 2 in the final poll with Katie Geralds, their 7-year head coach with a couple of national titles. Couple of rings on her hand for the big banner here at the NAIA. So got some great games on the slate today here at the National Championships, and glad to have you here on the NAI Network. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the start of the third quarter after these words on the NAI Network.
Honey, have you found a new bank for us yet?
Oh, I've been meaning to get to that.
Nelson, who has the best checking account?
That would be you. Pick checking from Prime Bank. You choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And with Prime Bank's mobile banking, you can check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services.
Sounds perfect.
I'm downloading Prime Bank's Switch Kit for you now.
That was easy. Don't suppose you could fix a leaky faucet?
Make the smart choice. Prime Bank. Earn more your way.
Recycle Sue. It starts with you.
Recycle Sue. It's easy to do.
Recycle Sue. All it takes is a call from you.
We'll deliver a free bin. They're pink or blue.
Our community is counting on you.
There's free curbside pickup and containers downtown too.
Recycle Sue. It's actually really fun to do.
Recycle Sue. It starts with you. Sioux City residents can sign up for recycling service by calling 712-279-0151.
Welcome back to the Tyson Event Center. Start of the second half as we look to put the first team into round number 2 here at the Women's Division II National Championship. 40-27, little bit of a hill to climb for the Mayville State Comets, but they come out a blazing. Three-pointer short arm, no good. Kelsey Hins with the rebound for Kansas Wesleyan. So they want to go right back on the attack and try to build their lead. Starters both ways as Bradford flips it down into the corner for Heinen. Heinen, her pass goes through Hins' hands. That'll be a tongue twister. Bunting, well traveled. She caught it a little bit behind her back. She's done a terrific job of running the floor today, but unable to convert that one as Coach Ryan Showman wears a big smile. Coach Hutter down on his knees. You see the ball pass him on the screen, but Coach Hutter working hard as he always does his sideline. We got a whistle on the play. It'll be a foul. That'll go to Bunting and be her second. The first of the second half. Back in play, 9:09 to go. Mayville State basketball. Blazik up top. Hale stops her dribble. Back to Blazik. Right wing, long three. No good. Hits the right side of the rim and carried out of bounds by Hale. So that'll go back to the Coyotes. Three-pointer from the right wing, no good. Off the mark, Hale will pull it in. Hale wants to run, using the center of the floor, now to the right wing. Hale looks inside, Hins with a steal. She just simply stepped into the passing lane and gets the steal. Shot off the mark, rebounded by Taylor Shamp. Technology great, texting with somebody right across the court to get some things done. It works. All right. Bench scoring 7-4 for Kansas Wesleyan. We've got some expanded stats for you now heading into the second half here. Points in the paint, 16-10. Hill on the drive, but an offensive foul against Hill. Had her arm extended a little bit. Her first. Team's first. Second chance points, 9-0 for Kansas Wesleyan. Points off of turnover have been huge today. For the Coyotes, 18-5 is the tally there. Bunting cuts into the paint and steps inside the defender. Hill was standing on the block, and a nice little move and a quick turnover. Coyotes step on the line, inbounding the basketball. So we'll see if the Comets can convert here and cut this lead down under 10. Bunting in the near corner makes the catch. She is everywhere on the floor at all times. She plays about 29 minutes a game. Hale traveled as she turned to make her move towards the basket. 7:30 to play in the third quarter. 40-29. Clock runs, 7:20 to go in the third. Hins makes the catch, goes right to the basket and banks it in. Kelsey Hins with 15. Another effective move on the low block for Hins. 42-29 game. Hale bounces inside. Shamp makes her move, but can't get a shot away. Bradford steps into the passing lane and gets the steal. Bradford right side had it taken off of her hip and out of bounds, and now touched last by Bradford. Good defensive effort by the Comets. Will get the turnover. Coach Showman says, it's okay, let's go. You're doing all right. Defense is good. Playing well. Pretty effective from the field. Bunting with a drive. She'll throw up a right-handed hook. Falling away from the basket, no good. Bradford will collect her second foul. A little bit too aggressive. So Bunting will go to the free throw line. Bunting will have her 2 shots. First one is swished through. She has 16. Bradford did bump her off that shot at the end, so a good foul call. Bunting's second is good. She hits both. 17 for Nicole Bunting. The only Comet in double figures. 2 Coyotes have reached that status already. Hins calls for it inside, but now pops out, sets a screen. Valine on the dribble. Now to Heinen. Heinen stops at the free throw line, out to Hins. Wants to lob it in. Beautiful cut from the wing inside by Amanda Hill. Obviously a play they have done a lot of times before. Well done. The foul, though, for Nicole Bunting is her third. The team's second. That'll put Amanda Hill at the free throw line. 90% free throw shooter on the season. 47 of 52 entering activity here at the national tournament. Hill's free throw is good. Second free throw is good as well. She rattles it home and has 12. So the Comets will go back to work offensively. Bradford almost had the steal. Blazek has to go deep into the backcourt. She will push it across. No, she won't. It's stolen. Heinen ends up with a steal off the tip. Heinen cuts the paint and throws it in. Falling from right in front of the basket, off to the left, little fadeaway shot, scores, and Coach Dennis Hunter gonna have to use a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it with him. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Kansas Wesleyan 46. Mayville State 31. Back after these words on the NAIA Network.
If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Welcome back. Following the timeout here at the Tyson Event Center, Coach Dennis Hutter uses the timeout. He's got 3 left for the remainder of this contest as he wanted to pull the ladies over and have a little conversation, maybe some adjustments they can make. 46-31, Coyotes with a lead. Hirung with a shot in the paint, no good in front of the free throw line, rebounded by Heinen. Heinen able to turn and go for Kansas Wesleyan. She will continue that drive and shoot and score. Again, starting in front of the rim and falling off to the left. It's an effective shot for her. She's got 12. Thrust with the basketball on the right wing, holding it high over her head. Hirung bounces into the corner. Looking back up towards the free throw line, Hins with a steal. Hins goes right to the front of the rim and banks it in from straight on. Kelsey Hins with 17. It's kind of a nice methodical drive, fed inside. Scored all shot is off the mark, no good. Run down in the near corner by Heinen, fed ahead to Hill. Hill will dribble, she's got a 3-on-1. Hill will stop, pop, shoot, and score. Amanda Hill with 14 and a nice run by Kansas Wesleyan. 52-31. It's a 12-4 run so far here in the third quarter. Ball poked out of bounds into the Mayville State bench. Sloan, Flowers, and Mariba back in for Kansas Wesleyan. Taylor Shamp back in for the Comets of Mayville State. Rust up top. Blazik feeds down low. Shamp makes a move. Right-handed hook. No good. Rolled off the back square. That's such a nice shot, too. Sloan catches left wing side. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. 52-31. Mariba will dribble to the right wing. Now she turns around back towards the top of the key. Hins left open. She'll take a couple of dribbles in. Free throw line jumper swished home. She is very smart and always plays well within her range. Did take an open 3 earlier, but has taken that occasion when the defense is lagged off just to take a few dribbles in and score. Mariba with a foul. Team's third. Definitely too much body on the defensive effort. So Blazik set to put the offense back in action. Picks up her dribble. Across the top. Hirung with it. Hirung near side. Thrust will drive. Strong drive. Left side and banks it in. 4 for Jordan Thrust. 54-33. 3.5 minutes to play. The opening contest. Hins drives. Hins blocked down by Shamp. Hins gets it back and puts it in with the left hand. 21. Now for Kelsey Hins. Shamp collects the entry. Shamp shoots no good. Didn't have enough arc on it to get it to fall, and it's rebounded by the Coyotes of Kansas Wesleyan. 3 minutes now to go, third quarter. Free throw line for Hins. She turns to her right, drives on Shamp, blocked down by Shamp. And a Foul on the play as Champ had the basketball. Was looking to turn and pass it away, but Kelsey Hins will pick up her first foul, team's fourth. Amanda Hill back in the lineup for Kansas Wesleyan. Kelsey Hins will get a well-deserved break. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound poked around inside, loose on the deck, and the referees do a fantastic job as always. Two bodies hit the floor, they get them right back up. Well done. Possession arrow favors Kansas Wesleyan. Shot off the mark from the right side, no good. Will go out of bounds, and Jamie Sloan will put it back in play. Sloan finds Heinen. Heinen to the free throw line, jumper for Flowers, no good. Fed inside, backing in, shooting. Off the mark, Taylor Riley. Ball goes out of bounds. Mayville State will keep it. Good effort by Riley down in the low block. Kayla Valine into the ball game. Bunting catches the inbounds play. Bunting dribbles, free throw line, now turns to her left, will shoot and be fouled. Jamie Sloan will pick up the foul, I believe. Good job by Bunting, taking matters into her own hands, trying to create some offense. Sloan's first foul. 15 foul assessed against the Coyotes here in the quarter. Bunting to the free throw line. She has 18. Bunting now 6 for 6 from the free throw line today. And makes it now 7 for 7. 19 for Nicole Bunting. 56-35, Kansas Wesleyan with the lead. Flowers up top. She'll take a few dribbles and leave it off. Valine to Hill, into Flowers. Flowers drives left. Strong shot, basket good by Lauren Flowers, and a foul coming. And one opportunity for Lauren Flowers. The foul to Taylor Riley will be her fourth. Team's third of the quarter. So the and one for Flowers is good. She collects. She's got 8. 59-35. 1:40 to play here in the third quarter. Fed up top, Blazik. Blazik cuts down to Hiron. Hiron twirls around a few times on the low block, has nowhere to go out to Bunting. Bunting fires for 3, and it's good. Nicole Bunting for 3. 22 now for Bunting, 9 here in the third quarter. 59-38. Plenty of time on the clock for Mayville State. It's got to get some defensive stops and change the momentum of this game. Hill, shot hits the side of the backboard, and now a foul by Hill as she trying to go around Bunting. Her second will walk to the other end for free throws. 64 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Winner will get the winner of Wilberforce and Concordia coming up next. Concordia, the defending champs. Bunting's free throw in and out, no good. Second one is good for Nicole Bunting. That final poll of the year, Concordia #1, Marion 2, Southeastern, Hastings, and College of Ozarks, the top 5. Hastings plays tomorrow night. Marion today. Concordia next. Southeastern will play tomorrow. Basket good by Kelsey Hins. She's got 23. Blazik traveled. Turnover back to Kansas Wesleyan. So half of the #1s today, half of the #1s tomorrow. Same goes with the 2 seeds, obviously, as we play 2 brackets a day. Naismith bracket and Liston bracket today. Hins wants another one. Can't bank it in from the right side, falling away from the basket with 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Blazik top of the key. 3-pointer. Thrust good. 61-42. 17 seconds to go. Shot clock off for the Coyotes. Down to 10 with Mariba. She looked to back in on Hirung. Won't back in. Now she'll dribble across the top. Hins feeds the corner. Hins open on the wing for 3. No good. 2 seconds, and that's it for the third quarter. Kansas Wesleyan 61 and Mayville State 42. Fourth quarter action coming up next on the NAI Network after these messages.
We're a general construction firm. Been around since 1960. Started off as a mason and have been doing that now for over 40 years. We're fortunate we got our DNA on a lot of buildings in Sioux City. A lot of people have put their trust in us, and hopefully we've performed well for them. Our goal is always to try and give people the best product at the best price and on time, and we're actually able to do that because we self-perform a lot of our work. We have upwards of 55 employees, 40 people out in the field. We do our own concrete. We also do our own carpentry. Our subcontractors handle pretty much everything else in terms of mechanical, electrical, plumbing, those types of things. And our goal is always to give our client the best product at the best price, and we feel like we can accomplish that just with the number of experienced staff that we have on hand here at LML Builders. We have many, many people that are upwards of 20, 25, and 30 years of experience, and so that really helps us out a lot. They understand our culture, they understand what our expectations are, and it works pretty good.
Back at the Tyson Event Center, time for the fourth quarter here on the NAI Network. 61-42, Kansas Wesleyan has control. It can become the first team in the second round here at the NAI Division II Women's Basketball National Championship. Some good half-court defense by the Coyotes. Bunting dribbles around the top of the circle, cuts in, gets to the left low block, and throws it back out to Cyan Hale. Mayville State will reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Hale had it tipped. It's loose, and Hill picks it up. 17th turnover of the day for Mayville State. Kansas Wesleyan has committed 10 of them. Bradford looked to hand it off to Heinen. It goes through Heinen's hands right back to Bradford. Fed to Hill, who traveled. Kansas Wesleyan shooting 48% on the day, 23 of 48. Mayville 13 of 42 for 31%. Biggest lead of the day, 24 by Kansas Wesleyan. It's 19 right now. Fed down to Champ. Champ hands it off to Hale. Hale in a little too deep, wants to get rid of it. Does so. Hirung. Hirung will drive over Hins and scores. Kylie Hirung's basket makes it 61-44. She's a 15 points per game scorer. The Coyote defense has done an effective job against her. Hins drives left side, good. Right off of her left hand. Hins at 6'1", uses her height very effectively. Bunting wants a three, far corner, no good. Bradford with a rebound. Bradford in heavy traffic will slow it up. Wait for everybody to take off by her. Now she controls into the front court. 8:25 to go in the game. Bradford stutter steps into a drive. Baseline jumper, no good. Hirung with the rebound. She's got Bunting running. Bunting makes the catch, turns, shoots, scores. Nicole Bunting with 25. She's got at least 3, maybe 4 baskets that way today of beating the defense back. Doing just an effective job of that. Hins drives again, got in too deep, stepped back with a dribble to her right, shoots, scores, and one coming for Kelsey Hins. Foul on the play goes to Champ, I believe. That'll be her 3rd. Team's 4th. So Kelsey Hins with 27. Looking for more, and it's 28. So Hins has been absolutely fantastic today. And looking for more. Hale makes the catch, the half-court stripe, drives all the way left side. Oh, can't get the roll. It popped out on her. She'll go to the free throw line and try to earn them that way. Hins will collect her 2nd foul. So it's Cyan Hale at the free throw line. Hale's free throw is good. She has 3. Hale with a big spin of the basketball, and that one's good. She has 4. And a timeout on the floor by Mayville State. Quick timeout, we'll keep it here. 7:44 to go in the game, 6:48. Kansas Wesleyan has the lead. The regular season champions out of the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. Winner of this game gets the winner of Concordia and Wilberforce out of Ohio. Concordia out of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The defending national champions. It's Coyote basketball following that timeout. .35 to go here in the game. Kansas Wesleyan trying to stick around for another day. Survival mode for these teams. Want to play one more. One more. Foul on the play. I believe that'll go to Skillingstad and be her 2nd. It will. The 2nd Comet foul of the quarter. Inbounds play, Heinen for 3 off the inbound, swished home, Heinen with 15. Boy, she wanted it and was ready. 69-48. Hale has it right wing, throws it away. Hins with a steal. Hins has Bradford off to her right. She'll slow it up. Now finds Bradford in the far corner. Heinen well beyond the three-point arc. Won't take that shot. She'll look it away. Her pass batted out of the air, but Hill runs it down. Baleen with it. Bounces to Hins. Fed inside for Hill. Little fadeaway jumper banked in for Amanda Hill. 16 for Amanda Hill. It's 71-48 Kansas Wesleyan. Bunting in the corner. Hirung catches at the elbow and is fouled from behind by Valine. Valine's 2nd. Team's 2nd. Inbounds play left side of the basket. Well, as we look at it, well, as you do too, I guess. Same camera angle we're looking at. Looking at the floor the same way. Bunting with a nice drive and a right side scoop lay in good. Bunting with 27 points. Over half of her team's points on the scoreboard belong to Nicole Bunting today. The time running out on Mayville State with 6:15 to play. They trail 71-50. Hins at the top of the key will take a few dribbles towards the free throw line. Over to Heinen on the wing. Heinen drives left. Heinen scoop lay in, no good. Rebound poked around. Skillingstad will grab it out of the air for Mayville State. Blazik crosses the half-court stripe. Dumps it off. Three-pointer on the way. Alyssa Foster, good for three. Her first basket of the game, and it's 71-53. 5:45 and the clock continuing. 2 timeouts left for Mayville. Three-pointer for the answer for Courtney. Heinen good. 18 for Heinen. 74-53. Free throw line to Hirung. She twirls around a few times. Now decides to drive right side. Backing in Heinen. Gets around her. Threw it off the shoe of Hins, I believe. Taylor Shamp back in the lineup. .74-53 game. Lobbed in up top for Bunting. Bunting drives on Bradford. She turns to her left. Scoops it around Bradford, no good. Hins with a rebound. Hins with 8 rebounds to go along with 28 points. She leads her team in that category. Hirung with 8 rebounds leads Mayville State. Valine lost the handle, picked up off the deck though by Hill. Hill, a little high arcer from about 5 feet away, no good. As we cross the 5-minute mark, it's Hirung. She catches and shoots and scores from underneath the bucket. Kylie Hirung. 74-55. Comets looking for a big run to get right back in this thing. Crazier things have happened, no doubt. Heinen with a runner, no good. Shamp with a rebound. Blazek runs the offense. Blazek right side of the circle, cuts left. She'll leave it off. Hirung for 3, good. Hirung with a couple of buckets of late. She's got 10. 74-58. And a timeout by Coach Ryan Shulman. Be a full timeout. We'll take it to 4:11 to play in the ball game. Kansas Wesleyan 74, Mayville State 58. Back after these words on the NAI Network.
The home of Siouxland Youth Sports. Young athletes now have a new opportunity to grow and develop their skills in basketball, volleyball, dance, wrestling, and much more. Our state-of-the-art facility has amenities for fans and family, including the Wells Blue Bunny Family Lounge and Chesterman's Grill, a restaurant and lounge overlooking the action. Head to HesseCarlsonArena.com to learn more about our leagues, camps, and tournaments, and follow our social media to hear about our newest events. The Arena, the home team.
Back at the Tyson Event Center, 4th quarter action, 4 minutes to go in the game. Kansas Wesleyan out of the timeout. Bradford fouled on her baseline shot attempt. So Haley Bradford will go to the free throw line. The foul assessed to Kylie Hirung, her first, team's 3rd. But Haley Bradford in the act of shooting. Goes to the free throw line. She's 85% to the good this year. Bradford has her 3rd point of the game. She averages 4.3 a contest, but her skill set obviously is not turning over the basketball and being an effective defender, and boy, does she do that. Very, very good when it comes to taking control of the Kansas Wesleyan offense for Haley Bradford. Shamp collects the entry. Shamp throws it out to Bunting. Bunting dribbles into the corner. Now looks through the paint with the dribble. Shoots and scores. Bunting continues to have a sparkling day. 29 for Bunting at 76-60. 3.5 minutes to play here in our opening round contest. Fed into Hill. Hill kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer, Valine, no good. Foster goes high to get it. Will pull it in for the Comets. Bunting wants a long three, no good. Hinz with a rebound. She approaches a double-double here in round one. 3:05 to play in the game. Coyotes, led by as many as 24 today, have controlled most of it. Hinz shot no good. Fouled off of that shot attempt by Schamp, her fourth. Coyotes continue to find Hinz down on a low block. She'll go back to the free throw line. Winner of this game will play Friday at noon. Hinz' free throw is good. 29 for Kelsey Hinz. Good pass through the paint by Hill. Second free throw good for Kelsey Hinz. She's got 30. 78-60. Kind of rare to see a couple of 30-point scores, but Nicole Bunting's next basket will put her in that category today. Foul on the play. Will go to Amanda Hill, be her third, team's third. So Bunting will put it in right next to us. High rung in the near corner. She'll feed it down to Schamp. Schamp pushes back on top for Blazek. Blazek stops. Bradford blocks it out of the air, and it's pulled in by Valine for Kansas Wesleyan as Bradford looks up the floor. Bradford lost the dribble. Well, she was helped in that endeavor by a poke from the Comets. Heinen up top. Valine to Hinz. Hinz starts a drive, stops, now shoots and banks it in. Kansas Wesleyan has more bank shots in this game than I've seen all season, and I've done about 75 games this year. They use that big square very effectively. It's 80-60. Cross-court pass to Bunting in the near corner. Bunting will drive. She gets the front of the basket, now turns and shoots it up and through with her right hand off the bank. Well, there are coaches everywhere that should watch this game tape and show their players, hey, that big expensive piece of glass there can be used for your good. Heinen's shot is good. Got to have the swish and the good-looking three, you know, got to hold your hand up there and everything. Not these two teams, they just want points. Long three for Blazek, no good. Rebounded by Hill. Her fifth rebound of the day to go along with 16 points. 1:20 to play. 82-62. Hill turns towards the basket, out to Valine, back to Bradford up top with 15 on the shot clock. Bradford steps into a left side dribble, now bumped off the top. Blazek's first, team's fifth. Bradford will go to the free throw line. Flowers and Sloan back in for Kansas Wesleyan. Sarah Herzog in for Mayville State. Herzog, a 5'6" senior. Nine seniors. This Mayville State team. Bradford's free throw is good. She has 5. Bradford's second is good as well. She's got 6. Coach Ryan Shillman will let his starters get a nice little round of applause as they played incredibly well today. Hines will finish with 32. Terrific performance by Kelsey Hinz. Bunting thought about a three near corner. She'll drive instead, try to bank it in from the side, but fouled. Courtney Brockhoff into the ball game for the first time today. 5'10" junior. Bunting's free throw is good. Second one for Bunting is good as well. 33 today for Nicole Bunting. What a terrific performance. In her final game as a Comet for Mayville State, but 33, boy, she was excellent today. Absolutely excellent. 84-64 with 45 seconds left. Kayla Hill on the drive will be fouled. Aaron Walker picks up her first. Hill's free throw is good. One more on the way. Second one is good too. So Kayla Hill. Hill is 6 foot tall freshman from Rossville, Kansas. Makes it 86-64. Heather Elfring dribbles up top for Mayville's. They work the perimeter. Herzog pushes back over to Elfring. Into the corner for Walker. Herzog drives. Her drive is cut off. 5 on the shot clock for Mayville. Herzog thought about a 3, drives instead. Little mid-range jumper off the mark. Jamie Sloan with a rebound, and Kansas Wesleyan will be able to dribble out the victory here at the Tyson Event Center and advance. Final score, Kansas Wesleyan 86 and Mayville State 64. Kansas Wesleyan's Coyotes improved to 26 and 6 on the season. Mayville State's season will end at 25-6. Congratulations to the Comets for making their way here to the NAIA National Championship Tournament in a fantastic season for the North Star Athletic Association champs. So they put together a fantastic season. Nothing to hang your head over on that one at all. Rundown of the final scoring for today's game. We'll give that to you. But Kansas Wesleyan gets the win. They advance. They will take on the winner of Concordia and Wilberforce coming up next Friday at noon. So a potential date with the defending champs on the way for Coach Ryan Showman. They were led today by Kelsey Hins with 32 points, Courtney Heinen with 20, Amanda Hill with 16, Lauren Flowers with 8, Haley Bradford with 6, Kayla Hill and Gabby Mariba with 2 points each. For the 86 total points for Coach Ryan Showman in victory. For Coach Dennis Hunter in Mayville State, led by Nicole Bunting with 33. Kylie Hirung finished with 10. Jordan Zerst with 7. They got 4 from Cyan Hale, 3 from Melissa Foster, Claire Blasik with 3. 2 for Taylor Riley, 2 for Taylor Shamp. Kansas Wesleyan shoots an even 50%, 30 of 60, 4 of 10 beyond the arc, and 22 of 25 at the free throw line. For Mayville, 21 of 56, 37.5%, 7 of 18 beyond the arc, and 15 of 17 at the free throw line. Kansas Wesleyan out rebounds Mayville State 35-31, both teams with 7 offensive rebounds. 8 assists, 11 turnovers for Kansas Wesleyan, 13 assists, 18 turnovers for Mayville State. Bench scoring tied at 12, points in the paint 40-26 for the Coyotes today. Second chance points 11-2 for the Coyotes, and points off a turnover 26-11 for Kansas Wesleyan. Final score here in game number 1 of the day. Kansas Wesleyan advances with an 86-64 win. Congratulations to the Coyotes. They move on to round number 2. They'll play Friday at noon here on the Tyson Event Center floor. Coming up next, Wilberforce of Ohio and number 1 team in the country, Concordia's Bulldogs. Steve Bates with a call next. I'm Justin Barker. Thanking you for joining us here in game number 1. Game 2 next. Thank you to the crew from Hastings College. You all did awesome, and we'll do it again this afternoon on our side anyway. But more action to follow here on the NAI Network. Thanks for watching.